Hello everybody, welcome back to another Expeditions Guide. Today we're taking a look at An Anomalous Journey. This is an expedition in Sedona, and this one rewards the Shiba Overlander, the new scout. So because we're unlocking a new vehicle, I figured we'd use a new vehicle. So we're using the Steppe Crocodile, all new free vehicle for Season 1. So that being said, let's show you what we're going to be doing. So we have a lot of things to do. First thing we're going to do is over in this location, we're going to be hitting a waypoint and taking a picture of a tree. Then we're going to follow this path all the way up here to check out a rock formation. And then we're going to come down here. We're going to build a bridge to get across this gap. So 75 spare parts. And we're going to use that to get down here, where we're going to head over here to check out a cave. After which point we're going to head over here. And we're going to pick up the truck right here, the Overlander. And then we're going to bring this all the way down here where we have to scan the cave and then just bring the truck back to the outpost when we're done. So it looks a little bit more complicated than it actually is. So let me just go ahead and show you how it's done. So we're starting from the southeastern outpost, which is in the northeast of the map. So I think there's kind of a bug with the wording on the outpost name. But that being said, we got this really cool like salt flat area right outside the outpost, which I think is really cool. I like driving through here. It's super quick, it's super fast, and just kind of zigging and zagging through the mud. So we're just going to cross the salt flat. And from here we're going to climb up the hill here. Going to follow this path around the rocks here. Once we get over here, we're going to kind of head down into the water. Oh yeah, as far as equipment, you don't need any special equipment for this expedition or specialists, but I do have a set of anchors and jack screws, so that's what we got going on here. Just going to climb up the rocks here. There is our first waypoint. Drive right on over here. All we have to do is hit the waypoint, get some radio. The soil is caving in throughout the area. Could there have been an actual cave underneath? Yeah, we're about to find out after we take a picture of a strange tree. So the tree we're taking a picture of is this big boy over here. There we go. There we go. That's a picture of the strange tree. So now we have to find an anomalous rock fissure. So you'll actually find this. There's 3 waypoints, but the one we're looking for is right over here. So that is the one we're going to head to. So we're going to go ahead and make our way past the strange tree here. And we're going to go past this other strange looking tree. So we make our way up the hill. And then we are going to continue to make our way up the hill here. So we're going to stay all the way to the left side here. It's going to get us up over these rocks. Once again, we climb over these rocks. And then we got this crack in the ground. We're going to just climb right over that. And then we're going to make our way down into this little chasm here. So we're just going to follow this. We're just going to stay down in the middle here. just going to keep continuing to follow this. And we're going to follow this up and out of here. And then we're going to head down here. Once we get down here, we're going to head to the right and make our way across the plateau. Once we get over here, we're going to just climb up this rock. Step has enough clearance to get up here. And we're going to drive right on over to this blue square. They're like, hey, these rocks form a natural bridge, or maybe not so natural. We should look for traces of human presence. So then from here, we're going to go all the way down and make our way over here, because I was not able to find a better way down here other than doing some rather risky winching. So try to get you guys paths as much as I can. I know in like when I was doing like Wildweed guides, I'm like, oh yeah, just grapple hook your way down the cliff, which is, it's a neat strategy for sure, but I prefer to show you guys routes that you can use to actually drive to the locations as often as I can. Which, for Wildweed Bay, it took me a while to find a good route to use for that one, but once I found it, I started using that route for those guides. So, there's our bridge. That was 75 parts. There is going to be another rock clearing later we're going to be clearing, so that'll be another 75 parts. But yeah, you can see we got the nice wide bridges, so you're just going to go right across the bridge. Oh no. Okay, I haven't flipped. Put this down. Oh my god. Anyway, don't do that. I went just a little too fast there. But that's okay. I'm going to be a little more careful. So then we're just going to climb up the rocks on the left here. I'm going to stay to the left here. Then we're going to climb down here and use this to get off of this plateau. So we're going to head down a little ways here. And then we're going to go right in between these rocks. I found, to me, this is the best path through here, is right through the middle there. And that is going to get us to the lake shore. So we're going to just stay to the right side here. And we're going to go off a little bit of a drop here. And we got some soft ground to go through. Gonna make our way through this. And then from here we have the dunes. I like this part. We got sand dunes. So we're just gonna make our way across the sand dunes. You do want to be careful going over the sand dunes. You want to kind of hit them as straight as possible, because if you kind of go over the side of the sand dune, that can get you into trouble. climb down here. Right over here. So from here you can see the drone point up there. So we're just going to fly the drone up. And what you actually have to do is, the waypoint is here, but you have to go a little bit lower than that. So we're going to kind of position ourselves over it. And go right down. The waypoint is actually down into the cave here, in order to actually get the credit for it. So just a little note, the marker is like up there, but you have to actually fly the drone down into it. So we're going to drive over here to explore the cave. And they're like, hey, there might be something interesting behind all this rubble. Maybe check out the other side with the drone. So I actually think like those steps are supposed to be reversed. So that may get patched and updated at some point, because it was like, hey, drive over here, then check out with the drone, but you checked it out with the drone first, so then you just kind of move on. So I think those steps are kind of mixed up, but we'll see. Anyway, moving on, we're going to head back across the dunes. Get across the dunes, we're going to climb up over these rocks. Go around this tree, and we're going to go around this big rock here. So we want to get back down into that little soft dirt there. Alright, so once we get over here, this gets a little tricky because we got to climb up this these rocks here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the tree. And that tree with the winch is just going to yank us right up this ledge here. Easy peasy, no issues there. And we'll drive right over to here. And they're like, hey, that's one of our best trucks. Let's come back to it after finishing the main route. But you can just tell them, no, I'm going to grab the truck right now, because that is going to save you some time. Because otherwise, so like the step after the one we've got right now is to get the truck. So you would be like driving down there and then coming back. So we're actually going to just drive right on over here. Right to this little island. And we're going to grab the truck first and then head to our location, and that is going to save a little bit of time. So once we get over here, we're going to back up to the truck. And this one's light enough, you can actually just pull it from behind here. I know I like to pull the trucks front facing, but this one you can pull just fine from the rear. But you do want to be careful. You don't want to like fire it up in the water because it does not have a snorkel. So you want to make sure you pull it out of the water before you start firing up the engine on it, which we're most likely going to have to do at a few spots here. You can see we're at a dangerous water level, but it's not enough to actually drown the truck. I say that as I start taking a little bit of water damage there. Pop this guy up here. Oh, I'm actually running low of fuel. That's why we packed full of fuel. I forgot to mention, I loaded the sideboards with a full tank of fuel, so... if you were wondering what was on my sideboards this whole time, it was all fuel, so... Alright, now that we have the truck out of here, now we can continue on our way. So we're going to head up here to these clusters of trees. we're going to make our way up this little hill here. And this is going to be another entrance to another cave. So I'm actually going to unhook the Overlander, and then we're going to scan. So there we have the entrance to cave number 2. Is there a cave hidden behind this tree? Just like in video games. We should take a closer look at it later. Alright, so we're going to take a look at that later, but for now, we need to get this Overlander back to the outpost. So what we're going to do is head right over here between these rocks. That'd be a nice little path we can use. Here we're going to dip on down. And then we can climb up here. Here we're just going to go right through this little canyon here. And up ahead is that rockfall I was talking about. Actually going to fire up the Overlander here a little bit just to give us a little bit more power. And right over here we're going to go ahead and clear out these rocks. There we go, another 75 parts, and the rocks are cleared. And that is going to give us a nice shortcut to and from the cave from the base, because we're going to be using that cave quite a bit. Alright, so we're just going to follow the path over here, and this is going to take us back down by the weird tree. Alright, so once you've made it through the water, we're just going to climb up over here. And we go right through some more water. And right over by these weeds, we're going to climb up. Here we're going to cross the hill and make our way back down to the salt flats, which are the indicator that we are just about back to base. I'm going to fire the engine off on that for now, and we're going to make our way across the salt flat. So nothing too complex here. It's pretty much just go around the puddles. So we're just kind of going around the puddles. And then here we can turn and head up to the outpost. Fire back on the Overlander and bring it to the square. And there you have it. That is going to complete An Anomalous Journey. And now the Shiba 6J Overlander is yours for purchase. So, hope you guys enjoyed this guide. Let me know what you think. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.